Amutha jogged along the familiar path, her ponytail bouncing with each stride. She inhaled the invigorating scent of pine and earth, relishing the quietude of the early hour. Her eyes caught sight of Mrs. Jennifer, an elderly woman seated by the lake's edge, a small metal cage beside her. Curiosity piqued, Amutha slowed her pace, contemplating an approach. Amutha hesitated for a moment before stepping off the path. She approached Mrs. Jennifer, who was carefully scrubbing the shell of a small turtle.
Hello?
She began, her voice tentative.
I see you here every Sunday morning. If you don't mind my nosiness, I'd love to know what you're doing with these turtles.
Mrs. Jennifer smiled warmly, a twinkle in her eyes.
I'm cleaning off their shells.
She explained, her tone patient and kind.
Anything on a turtle's shell, like algae or scum, reduces their ability to absorb heat and swim. It can also corrode their shells over time.
Amutha nodded, intrigued.
Wow, that's really nice of you.
She exclaimed, her admiration genuine. Amutha watched as Mrs. Jennifer continued her work, a thoughtful expression on her face.
But don't most freshwater turtles live their lives with algae and scum?
She asked, her curiosity now mingled with skepticism. Mrs. Jennifer chuckled softly, her hands never pausing in their task.
They do,
she acknowledged.
But for this little one, I'm making a world of difference.
Amutha stood in quiet contemplation, the weight of Mrs. Jennifer's words settling in her mind. She realized that small acts of kindness, though seemingly insignificant, could hold profound meaning. Inspired, Amutha knew she wanted to find her own way to make a difference. As Amutha resumed her jog, the park seemed to whisper encouragement. Each stride carried her closer to the decision she felt forming within, a commitment to engage with her community, to seek out small ways to leave a positive mark. She left the park that morning with a heart full of resolve, ready to start her journey of making a difference, one step at a time.